So you have to kind of look through those as a marketer when you're looking through that. So let's talk about usage rate segmentation. We have heavy users versus light users. Which should companies focus on? There's not a right or wrong answer to this. Do you think there is a clear guess for this versus more, or is it a blended, it should be a blended consideration?
It probably depends on what the product is as well. If it's like something like an energy drink, you probably want to focus on the heavy users because they're going to be buying constantly. But if there's something that lasts a lifetime, you might want to focus more on the light users because once somebody buys it, they're not going to need to buy another one for a long time. So you're going to keep on getting new people coming in.
Very good. So basically, he just said heavy users can generate more revenue, right? Especially when you have different flavors. Light users, there's some growth opportunities. So you can, especially as a return, like McDonald's, right? It's a return. You can keep going back. I may really try to attract that light user to come back a little bit more because there's more revenue I can get out of that individual to keep coming. But it also depends on business goals. So there's not always one correct answer, and that's really what you have to get down to marketing as well, that things can cross over in all kinds of ways. How might companies reward heavy users? We've already talked about this. Yes, discounts. The Bed Bath & Beyond famous coupon that would come in our mail, well, gosh, I'm dating myself. Came in the mail like every once a month. You would get this big postcard. I don't even know if they're even around anymore, those stores, but back in the day, if you went to that store, you would get a big 20% off coupon. My mother, she could care less if she needed something, but that coupon, she was a marketer's dream, and still is. She'd sit there and go, I had to finally break news to her that just because Cheetos has a coupon doesn't mean you need to buy me something from there. It's not my style, but she just thought, oh gosh, I have this burning desire to use this, so who can I use it on? Again, she's a frequent purchaser at that store, so she's constantly being bombarded with those coupons, and she's a marketer's dream and goes back all the time and uses it. And so we talked about discounts and loyalty programs. The other thing is exclusive access. I think if you follow a singer, Ella Langley is coming in a concert August 15th. Love her. I wanted pre-sale tickets. Guess what I had to go do to get the code? I had to go join her fan base, and I was getting a gazillion text messages up to the time Ticketmaster went on sale so I could get this code. Now I spammed her at this point in time because I got the code, but yeah, so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go seek out and get exclusive access to these tickets. But they failed to keep me retained, I will say. It was just too frequent. It was just like every 5 minutes. So I was like, I'll listen to her songs, but I will not follow her. So that's another way. What is the risk of focusing too much on heavy users? There's some things to just kind of keep in mind when you do that. What would you say they are?
Your customer base is small and niche, so if they move on to
Yes.
an older group or whatever, then you don't have any new customers.
Yes. Over-dependence on a small customer base can limit you. One more. What's another reason why you would, what's a risk of focusing on heavy usage? Marketing heavy users.
You can't retain the light users.
Right. You're ignoring potential growth opportunities and market saturation. You could even just use my Ella Langley thing. It was just, my inbox was saturated with like, dandelions and hearts and awesome, but I'm 53. If I was 13, I might think, oh my gosh, it's like Taylor Swift texting me, right? Every day, every moment. But, you know, at 53, I'm not going to. So just kind of think that. All right, so let's talk about loyalty segmentation. Why treat loyal customers differently? What would be some benefits of that?
You're getting more revenue from them overall.
Yes, you are. Overall, you're growing that market.
Get more
Keeping them
loyalty
there.
from them. Get more loyalty from them.
Yes. Yeah, trying to create more value.
You're kind of building a brand image for the people who are the loyal customers.
Bingo, yeah. Some financial considerations when it comes to marketing. Think of lower acquisition costs. For me to market to you the first time is expensive. I'm seeing a lot of like, ooh, la, who pay, right? We talk about you, like the students as Tex West. You decided to leave Tex West, which I'm hoping you don't, but let's just say you do. It is very expensive for me as a university to go now market to another prospective student to come here. It's much easier for me to connect with you while you're here and retain you, because every time you make your tuition payment, right? I'm looking, every time you register for classes, I'm considering that revenue to the university, okay? So that is definitely another reason. Why else would you treat, what are some benefits of really looking at heavy users and marketing to them? It is the most prized marketer's dream to get to this point. Word of mouth. The more you go after and provide value, and on how you're going to provide word of mouth, because you're going to say, somebody goes, dude, Ben, I'm going to play Ben, because he's a dude guy. He's like, dude, let's go to McDonald's, because like these points, right? And I could turn around like, Ben, dude, they have them at Chick-fil-A too, and it's better food. So I could sit there and like convince him that Chick-fil-A is better. He could try to convince me that McDonald's is better. At some point, McDonald's or Culver's, not Culver's, that's my other son. At some point, Chick-fil-A and McDonald's is gonna get somewhere with one of the two of us. I'm either gonna bring him along to Chick-fil-A or I'm gonna go with him to McDonald's. But by word of mouth, I'm gonna promote that. How many of the times where you talk about Chick-fil-A's giving out a free sandwich for this or that to loyalty users? I mean, when the app first came about, okay, I'm now really dating myself. When the Culver's, wrong kid. Chick-fil-A app came about, like every time you made 3 purchases through coming use my coupon for those French fries, but I'm actually going to add to that order, and they're going to even get even more money. So they may have lost 2 cents on those French fries because they gave it to me for free, but they really didn't, because they made $15 additional off of me because I went ahead and added to the order. So when we think of loyalty segmentation, why do you want to treat them different? What are some examples? We already talked about that. So let's just say examples of loyalty programs. I already kind of mentioned some. Airline miles. Right. What would be something else? What are
Jersey might have one.
Jersey Mike's? Yes. Starbucks. Right. You all are dealing. You're all in the world of these to increase repeat purchases. So when we think of competing for competitor loyal customers versus non-users, let's talk about the strengths and weaknesses and the difficulties and the pros of that. So what are some pros and cons of competitor loyal customers versus non-users? What are some things to consider as a marketer?
If you're reaching out to like the repeat people,
Yes, very much so. So you're wanting to create this loyalty base.